NBC's Jay Gray is in Tel Aviv once again. Hi, Jay.
Yeah, and it's been interesting to see some of the outreach to try and locate those hostages. We know today that the IDF forces have dropped leaflets. They're trying to communicate, when they say, on multiple channels of communication, telling Gaza residents that they are willing to provide both protection and compensation if they give some of the information to IDF soldiers as to where these hostages may be, how they are being held, and where Hamas gunmen may be set up along the border. So that's something that we hadn't seen to this point. We know that the airstrikes have been continuing at a very fast pace. The aid is coming in as well. 20 more trucks crossing the Rafah border crossing with Egypt today, but no fuel. And that's become a critical issue. In fact, the UN saying that fuel at this point may be more important than the water and food that is making it across. They say that of the hospitals that remain open, they are well over capacity, some at 150%, and have less than a day's worth of fuel left. The lack of fuel also means that bakeries providing the bread that is the only food many of those in Gaza are getting right now will not be able to do that if they can't get the fuel either.
Jay, we know that the whole country has joined the fight, including the tech sector. And a lot of people do look at Tel Aviv and Israel as a whole as a tech hub globally. How are civilians and industries using skills to join the fight?
Yeah, no question that the tech industry here is burgeoning, and no question that they have joined this fight. As you talk about, we had the great opportunity to talk with some of those in the sector who are working behind the scenes as civilian, others who have been called up as reserves.
In the echo of blast across Gaza, 40 miles from the border, where tanks and troops prepare to move in, there's a group of civilian fighters. Their weapons, a mouse, keyboard, and computer screen. Their mission, information and identification.
We have teams that are working on technology, cutting-edge technology like AI, like facial recognition, voice recognition, trying to match patterns of movements and all the stuff.
Tel Aviv's burgeoning tech sector using their special skills at a time when their country needs them the most.
We worked day and night.
Recognizing the agony of families unable to find loved ones after the October 7th attack, Reuven, a software developer for California-based Palo Alto Systems, says in just 24 hours he created the framework for an app now used by hospitals, police, and the Israeli army, pulling together pictures and data, helping to identify those killed or wounded.
The authorities log inside and they put some filters on the data, like what is the gender, the eye color, the hair color, the body type, does he have tattoos, what is his height.
Victims unknown for days, now identified in just minutes. Tech teams are also analyzing videos, social media posts, searching for hostages and those responsible for the attacks.
The industry has a presence on the front lines as well. At least 10% of tech workers, Army reservists, have been called from their office towers to active duty.
It's like two completely different things, right? Because here I'm a combat soldier. I need to walk with my gun.
Stationed along the border with Lebanon, where firefights with Hezbollah fighters are intensifying. A few weeks ago, Shlomi was working as a software engineer at a Tel Aviv startup. Using a weapon or the web, there is a sense of urgency right now.
There's so much work to be done. It's not a time to take a breath and think about the past. It's time to act.
Actions they hope will help to end the war so they can get back to their day jobs.
Yeah, and for these civilian groups, they tell us that they are moving around constantly out of security concerns, and all of them tell us that they hope their work isn't necessary very soon. They'd like to be done with this.
You know, it's amazing just how the entire country is galvanized and mobilized to support this effort. Is it not life as usual? Are they not going to work? Are kids going to school? What is it? What is the daily routine there?
Yeah, it's interesting because in the last 2 weeks we've seen it kind of change a little bit, shift a bit. When we first got in, a lot of the shops were closed, a lot of the markets were closed because people were gone or too afraid to get out. We've seen a little bit of more activity over the last couple of days, but it's still noticeable. There are still a lot of places in the tech industry, a lot of offices have just shut their doors. Too many people are gone. But even in the local shops and restaurants, you see a lot of people that say, we can't open. My son is gone. My husband is gone. My wife has gone to serve. And so that's something that is become a new normal in this area of Tel Aviv.
No, it's such a small country. Everybody's affected. Jay, thank you very much for bringing us that story. Yeah. Jay Gray in Tel Aviv.